Can't speak to the insurance, but so thanks so much for sharing what's happening in Nigeria and also learning about ovarian cancer. I could take this information, I can go to my investment team of, let's say, the investment manager managing a gender lens investing fund, and then turn to the fund manager that's focused on improving African health, strengthening African health systems through impact investing, and ask them if it fits, right? And so they're going to look at, they're going to say, well, we have this company in our portfolio, or maybe we could, put the team on looking at these different companies, and then they can come back to me and say, yeah, there's a fit or there's not a fit, right? Now if the answer is no, then those two funds, as well intended as they are, focusing on GLI and African health, cannot be helpful in this regard, right? So when I hear this information about what's happening in Nigeria and the issues around ovarian cancer, I don't just look to what our two funds are doing, but I try to understand who that has wealth, whether they're an investor or a donor, care about this issue, right? Because if they care about this issue, then I can put them into one or two containers. That's easy to do. And I understand their objectives and their tolerance for risk and their time horizon and all this, right? That every steward of capital does as a fiduciary. So yeah, the most important thing is to match those people up, right? I mean, a lot of people don't really think about this, but a fund manager has really three functions. They have to operate the fund, they have to generate investment performance, and they have to raise AUM. So if I'm sitting here with my container and I have whatever, 100 million, 250 million to deploy, it doesn't really matter because I'm one out of thousands. So how we show up is, okay, here's the problem. What's the solution? We don't have it today. We have to create it. So that could be pick the name, a DAF, a special interest fund, whatever, on the philanthropic side, or on the for-profit, it's equity capital, it's debt, right? We haven't used much insurance that way, but we could see how we could move alongside that. So. Yeah, so I don't have the answer right now without talking to my team about whether or not we could be helpful in this regard, but I can certainly sit here as just a good citizen and say, okay, well, let's figure out how we can create it. That's actually, that's why I'm here, right? So I can do that. So thanks for bringing this to my attention. I'm learning like everyone else, and that's why I'm speaking about what we're doing in a way that I hope you learn from me, because then we could come together and see how we can co-create this, right? It's an alignment of purpose and heart, right? If we're aligned there, then we can create it. And our role is to bring the capital to bear.